So, can you share with us a leadership moment that changed you the most?
The moment that changed me the most, I don't know if it's technically a leadership moment, is my husband became sick. And I was working in a practice that was with wonderful women who were wonderful doctors and gave quality care. But financially, it was really hard to stay afloat in that practice. And just coincidentally, when my husband became sick, my two associates told me they were going to retire. It was the tail ends of COVID. There was a lot of burnout, a lot of financial strain through COVID, and they both were of retirement age, and they had decided that they were both going to retire, which I knew was going to happen eventually. Fortunately, it happened right before I learned that my husband was diagnosed with cancer. So it actually was fortuitous in that respect because it was a great time for me to bow out. I would have needed to anyway because my role needed to shift to full-time caretaker at that point. But I believe that that point in time has just brought me a little bit of clarity as to things that matter versus things that don't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's that wisdom of experiences and embracing it and recognizing, hey, I got I've got choices, I've got options. So, if you're comfortable, can you share with me what happened after that and how things evolved for you?
My two associates were going to retire in February. In December, my husband was diagnosed with a rare bone cancer. And so I finished working as much as I could when he wasn't getting testing done, etc., until we closed the practice in February. 2 weeks after that, he had a major surgery with a hemipelvectomy to remove the bone tumor. And that's when my role shifted into full-time caretaker with the thought, depending on how things went, I would probably come back and join another local practice in the area. However, his course was difficult. Treatments weren't working. We wound up needing to travel for clinical trials. Realm of that, we faced numerous insurance denials, delays, spent a lot of our time fighting those. And then ultimately he passed away, kind of leaving me left to, figure out what comes next for myself because I did not have my 21 plus year job to go back to.
You brought up a point, and I know that you've made that part of your life's work now, as did Dan, on dealing with insurance companies, dealing with the automatic denials. I mean, a lot of the insurance companies don't even think about it. It's just automatic denial. And now with AI, it makes it even harder. And I know we've had conversations about that. What are you doing now as you've kind of fallen into that leadership role in educating, advocating for patients and their families in combating the insurance denial broken system?
Yeah, and it's a tough hill to climb and battle. I'll say that. To be fair, my husband is the one who started really advocating for this because he also, as a physician, realized that if we're having this much trouble facing denials and navigating denials, what about people who don't know the system like we do? And that was very frustrating for him. And even though he was not well, it was very important for him to bring awareness to this. So he appeared on some podcasts. He had some articles written about him, and his idea was to he actually applied and got into law school and started he finished his first year of law school while he was recovering from this massive surgery because the idea was let's fight these denials. And so I have attempted to continue with his advocacy, also trying to get the word out, being on some podcasts, on a CBS Sunday morning segment, really trying to hope that the people that can help are listening and watching and always looking for people who can help with this movement because it's a mountain that we're facing, not a little hill.